Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica with Memory Box Candle Co. and I make videos all about the journey of starting a candle business. In today's video, we are going to be talking all about how to create a Shopify store for your candle business. These are just some tips and pieces of advice. I'm going to take you through some of the back end of my Shopify store, showing you kind of what I mean by certain things like themes and collections and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So first, I just wanted to explain what Shopify is. So Shopify is a web hosting platform. So you're able to create a website really easily, and you don't have to know any coding or anything like that. So you don't have to actually build a website from scratch. It makes it really easy. Otherwise, I would just stay on Etsy forever if I had to build out a whole website myself, because hiring a web developer is very expensive, and I don't have the time or probably the brain power to learn all of the coding that it takes. So it's really easy. They have free templates and they have free themes, and themes are basically website templates. And they all have different styles to them and different capabilities on what you're able to do with them and how you're able to customize it. And more expensive themes will allow you to be able to do different things and more intricate customization, whereas free themes are a little bit more basic, but you can still make a pretty nice website with it. So now what I want to do is I just want to give you some tips and pieces of advice that I've learned throughout the years of creating multiple different layouts and themes of my Shopify store. So the first one is that you just want to make sure that you are choosing a legible font on your website. So I recommend using a mix between a sans serif and a serif font. These are kind of the most basic regular fonts out there. You don't really want to do anything that has, like a script font or anything like that unless you're using that as your logo. That's fine. But you just want to make it easy for your customer to read. If you're confused on how to mix different fonts and what's going to look together, just use one basic font throughout all of your headings and subheadings and regular basic text and all that kind of stuff throughout your website. It's going to make it very easy for your customer to read. And again, you don't want your customer to come to your website, not be able to read anything or strain their eyes trying to read it, get frustrated and leave your website. You definitely don't want that. Something else that you want to make sure that you are filling out is your store policies. So I found this under the settings. You scroll all the way down and you click on policies, and you want to make sure that you have your return policy as well as your privacy policy, terms of service, shipping policy, and your contact information. I do have my contact information created separately on a separate page, but these are the areas where you would go ahead and fill out your information on your pages. And then what you're able to do is under online store, you can click on navigation, and this is where you can add them in. So for instance, I have everything at the footer of my website. So if you scroll down, you can see there's these at the footer of the website. So under here, this is where I'm able to click and add things on. So you can add a menu item, you can name it, and then you can search for that page right here to add it onto your website. Another really helpful piece of advice for those of you out there that are like me, who think, okay, if I'm going to create a website, I'm going to create the best possible website that I can the first go around. So I'm going to spend quite a bit of money on the best theme possible. And trust me, there are themes that you can purchase on Shopify through like the theme store or whatever it is. So if you're scrolling through and you're looking at all these themes, there's pretty, hundreds of dollars worth of these themes. And you can look and preview them, and you're looking at it and you're like, man, this is a really nice website. This looks really great. And then you purchase that expensive theme, and then you open it up on your end, and it's just this blank canvas, and to you, you're looking at it, at least that's how I was in the beginning. I'm like, oh, my website's gonna be beautiful. So I open it up and I'm like, man, where do I even start? This is really overwhelming. And then you start plugging in, different photos and different products that you have, and it just doesn't look the way that you thought it was gonna look because this demo was so beautiful. And I will give you a really good piece of advice here. By the way, if you hear any screaming, that's my son having fun in the living room with Chris. If I will give you a piece of advice here. Product photography is going to make or break whether or not your website is beautiful. Yes, the layout and all that kind of stuff is going to come into play, but I promise you, if you are coming from, let's say you are switching from a pretty plain website, let's say you already have a Shopify website, you're using a free theme, it's pretty basic, you have some basic product photography, and then you go and purchase an expensive theme, but you use those same photos, you're gonna get the same feeling out of it, which is, this isn't good enough, I wish this was better. So what I would recommend, if you're going to invest into your website and you are just getting started, and let's say you do have kind of more of a limited budget, what I recommend is to spend that money on product photography. If you don't take product photography yourself, I would really recommend to hire somebody to take some really good lifestyle product photography for you that you can use on your website. It is going to make a free theme look like an expensive theme. It's going to make a world of difference. I say that if there's any tip that you follow in today's video, that is going to be the tip. Don't think that you have to go right into purchasing an expensive theme just because you think, okay, well, I can do so much more with it. Yes, but you also have to be able to have the product photos and product photography that's going to make you look at it and be like, okay, yes, this looks like a really good website. This is something that, you know, I'm happy with. Because trust me, I've made the mistake of purchasing a more expensive theme and then getting frustrated that it's not what I wanted because I'm looking at the demo website and being like, man, that's beautiful. And then I start to tinker with it and I'm like, man, this is not what I thought it was going to be. So it definitely takes some time to learn and play around, and it's going to take you quite a while to get your website up and going. There's a lot of back-end work that you're going to be doing, such as that navigation menu, such as creating collections, which I'm about to get into. So utilizing collections for your website is going to be basically how you categorize everything. When you first open up a theme, it's basically just under one category of your catalog. I don't recommend just keeping it to say catalog unless when you click on catalog, it gives you the different options. Even if you're just getting started and you only have 2 different sizes of candles, make those their own categories. Make categories of different scents, which is what I like to do. And it just allows the buyer the opportunity to categorize it to their needs and customize it when they're shopping. A lot of times when we are shopping for things, I mean, I've used the filter option so many times on different websites. So it allows customers to be able to really learn more about your products while they're searching and really be able to tailor it to their needs. So this is the main front page of my website. So I'm just going to show you what I mean by collection. So right here, this is where all of my products are, and these are different collections. And then within these different collections, there's also different collections within those. So there is a total collection of scented soy candles. So scented soy candles is its own collection. And then within this, I also put this description right here. So this description is for SEO, which is search engine optimization. And that's just how people are able to find this specific web page on the internet. And that just helps the SEO. And what I mean by collections is right over here. So this right here is under products and we have collections. And this is where all of the collections are able to be created so that it's able to show up on your website a certain way. So if I click on scented soy candles, this is all of the candles that are under that collection. You can think about collections as being categories. It is and it's not the same thing as like different collections, like fall collections, winter collections. Those technically are collections, but it's called collections on Shopify, and it just means a different category and group of like items. And then again, under that, I also have sweet scented soy candles. That's its own collection. So it's niching down that collection in and of itself. So it's talking about the scented soy candles. And then now we have sweet scented soy candles. And then I do the same thing with wax melts as well. So we have these sweet wax melts, and that just, again, helps customers be able to find what you are looking for. And as you can see, I also have collections that are actual collections, like the nostalgia collection, everyday collection, fall collection, all that kind of stuff that I have on my website. But that is how collections work, and collections are really there, again, to help you organize your website. So what I recommend doing before you even go and try to customize the theme of Shopify, you want to go and create all of your collections. So again, if you just have 2 different size candles, then maybe you have a single wick and a double wick candle. You can categorize it single wick candles. You can say single wick floral candles, single wick masculine candles, double wick floral candles, double wick masculine candles. You can really have more of those subsets of the categories. Or you could just keep it as double wick and single wick and have all of the scents in those categories. You don't have to niche down like I do with the scents. I just like categorizing it by scents because I feel like, you know, scents are really what candles are all about. So a lot of people are going to want to search for a scent category that they like best. And then another thing is I highly recommend that you create an About Me section on your website. This is going to help you be able to share more about the reason behind your brand, how you got started, more about you, so that your customers are able to get to know you a little bit better, which goes back to the whole storytelling and marketing aspect of things. And I decided to make this a big highlight on our website. So I talked a little bit about how it's inspired by nostalgia. I put an image of myself and then an image of me and Chris. I have a link to our video where we made our Unity candle for our wedding on there. And that just, again, allows people to get to know us a little bit more. You don't have to do all that, but even just having an About Me section, which is what we also have, I do need to update this and make it look a little bit better, but there is an About Me section, just, you know, having people learn and know a little bit more about us. And I really do think that's an important part to add to your website. But those are just some tips and pieces of advice on how to get started with creating your Shopify store. I really hope this was helpful for you. If you'd like me to go into more detail on different aspects of this, or just kind of make more videos on this topic, please let me know in the comment section below, along with any other questions that you may have. But anyways, I think I am going to end today's video right here. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave it a big thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo, and I will see you in my next video. Let me see this right now. This is called being a mom, and I swear my hair is a rat's nest 24/7.